The areas covered in this video are shown in the bulleted text, and we do hope you enjoy this video.
A really good feature in Microsoft Outlook is giving your email account a signature. Really good. So when you start an email, you'll have a body of text at the bottom with your name, have some details, etc. Really handy. So at the moment, ECDL.ms and mine account hasn't got one. So for this demonstration purposes, I'm going to show you where you would go to do that. So you would go to File, and you would go to Options, just here, and we go to Mail, and we go to Signatures, just there. And this will allow us to create a signature. Keep in mind, everybody, in your test, I'll just go back, where you would go to create a signature. It may be asking your tests, Options, Mail, Signatures. So you'll see we're locked out of the other account, but I'll just show you just an example. So we can create a new signature. So click New. The name for the signature is, I can call it Main Signature. Click OK. And then the body is going to be Kind Regards Andy Cole. And I'm just going to put a example number there, www.ectl.co.uk. And then you can change the text as well if you wish to. So this is just for demonstration purposes. In particular, if you see it in your test, we'll just give it a bluish, that's a bit more stronger. And then when you create a new email, or you're replying or forwarding an email, you can have the main signature set to them there. That may come up in your test too, everybody. So just to be, have an understanding that when you are creating a new email or replies forwards, enable the signature to be activated when you either create a new message or doing a reply or forward. So click OK, click OK, and now this time, when we previously created the new email, it was empty. So I click New Email, and you'll see we have our signature just at the bottom. So you'll see it's not the best one, but it will demonstrate what you need to know about creating. And if you needed to go back in and edit the signature, Options, Mail, Signatures, and then you can edit. So for instance, I'm going to take away the ecdl.co.uk and make it a bit more smaller, so it's a bit more appealing on the eye. So just remember, make up in your test that there. Also, another one while we're here is always check spelling before sending. So I previously did a spell check because one of the words came up incorrect. But what you can do is tick this so that when an email, just before it is being sent, it will do a spell check and see if there's any errors. It's quite a handy tool. I recommend enabling it so that it will autocorrect and go through anything that it's not finding, and you decide whether the correct word that needs to be put in. But I'll take it off for demonstration purposes as well. A handy feature in Microsoft Outlook is the out of office reply. So that is when it will send an automatic email to an individual that's emailed you, but you've set it that you're not available, and in the content you can put when you're going to be back as such, and other additional information for them to have to go away with. But this will highly likely come in your test, so you need to know where you would go to set your out of office reply. And it's also very similar to the signature. So if we go to File, we're in the menu here, but you've got there automatic replies out of office, and it's just there. And then you've got your body of and you can point out send the automatic replies. So just keep in mind your tests where you would go. It's always File and then out of office automatic replies. If we were to go over some of these emails just here, you'll see on the right hand side what we've got is these little red flags. These prompt you for anything that is outstanding, or you can also click it again to bring yourself a tick. So anything that you, even though you've read it and you want to be made aware of, these flags here, and they're just on the right hand side, and you can right click for your follow up. You can follow it tomorrow, this week, next week as well. So if you do see it in your test, where would you go to point out where it needs to be looked at to be followed up? You've got that as well. You'll see all these have been read. To make a email, even though you've read it, but put it back to its original state as being unread, it would be a right click, mark as unread. May come up in your test, just to point out, as I said earlier, when it's been highlighted blue, it means that the email has been unread, which is really handy. You may also in your test be asked to change the viewpoint of Outlook, so always in view. And what that does is it changes the ribbon and it gives us more options. So you'll see we've got our reading pane is on the right hand side. We may decide we want to put it at the bottom and our emails at the top. I prefer it to the right, so we've got folders, emails, and then the content of the email just the right hand side. But in your test, if it does ask you, it's always the view tab just there.